Hey Olive, Arlo, and Frank. Greeting from sunrise in beautiful Jack's Beach. Today we're going to pick up where we left off, and we'll be starting chapter 43 of Genesis. We're going to find out what happens when the food runs out. So what happened last time was Jacob's 10 sons went to Egypt and had to buy food from Joseph. And Joseph knew who they were, but they didn't know who Joseph was. And he starts playing games with them, says they're spies. They buy the food, but he has his servants put the money back in their sack. So it's like they got the food and stole their money back. They get back there and they tell Jacob, hey, Simeon's in jail. The only way we can get him out is to have Joseph come with us. Or to have Benjamin come with us. And he's like, no, that ain't happening. I'm not going to lose. Benjamin's his youngest and the only son of Rachel that he believes is alive, because he doesn't know that Joseph is alive. So chapter 43 starts, now the famine was severe in the land. When they finished eating the grain they had bought from Egypt, their father said to them, return, buy us a little more food. But Judah said to him, the man solemnly warned us, you will not see my face unless your brother is with you. If you send our brother with us, we'll go down and buy food for you. But if you will not send him, we won't go down there, because the man said to us, you will not see my face unless your brother is with you. Israel said, remember, his name's Israel and his name's Jacob. It was changed to Israel, but the Bibles switch over from time to time. It's in different names. Israel said, why did you bring this trouble on me by telling the man you had one more brother? And they replied, the man questioned us thoroughly about ourselves and our family, saying, is your father still alive? Do you have another brother? So that's not really true. So we answered him in this way. How could we possibly know that he would say, bring your brother down? Then Judah said to his father Israel, send the boy with me, and he will go immediately. And if you remember, Reuben said the last time, send him with me. But Judah takes the lead now. He's the fourth of the sons. Then we will live and not die, we and you and our little ones. I myself pledge security for him. You may hold me liable if I do not bring him back to you, place him here before you. I will bear the blame before you all my life. But if we had not delayed, we could have traveled there and back by now. So he's like, come on, Dad. I'm surety for him. I'm his insurance policy. I'm your insurance policy. Then their father Israel said to them, if it must be so, then do this. Take some of the best products of the land in your bags, and take a gift down there to the man, a little balm and a little honey, spices and myrrh, pistachios and almonds. And these are all things that grow in the Middle East, but not necessarily in Egypt. So these were valuable things to give to Pharaoh's new man. Take double the money with you. You must take back the money that was returned in the mouths of your sacks. Perhaps it was an oversight. Take your brother too and go right away to the man. the sovereign God grant you mercy before the man, so that he may please your other brother and Benjamin. As for me, if I lose my children, I lose them. So he's now starting to figure it's in God's hands. Jacob usually trusts himself before he trusts God. So the men took these gifts, and they took double the money with them, along with Benjamin. Then they hurried down to Egypt and stood before Joseph. When Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the servant who was over his household, "Bring the men to the house. Slaughter an animal and prepare it, for the men will eat with me at noon." And I'm sure that the servant was like, "What?" Because they were an exclusive community. They didn't commune with others that they felt were below them in Egypt. The man did just as Joseph said. He brought the men into Joseph's house. But the men were afraid when they were brought into Joseph's house. They said, "We are being brought in because of the money that was returned in our sacks last time. He wants to capture us, make us slaves, and take our donkeys." So they approached the man who was in charge of Joseph's household and spoke to him at the entrance of the house. They said, "My lord, we did indeed come down the first time to buy food, but when we came to the place where we spent the night, we opened our sacks, and each of us found his money, the full amount in the mouth of his sack. So we have returned it. We have brought additional money with us to buy food. We do not know who put the money in our sacks." And the man said, "Everything is fine. Don't be afraid. Your God, and the God of your father, has given you treasure in your sacks. I had your money." So he's in on it, and apparently he's in on everything. I had forgotten this part. He's kind of in on everything. He knows, and I'm sure that Joseph has witnessed to him about the God of Israel. Then he brought Simeon out to them. The servant in charge brought the men into Joseph's house. He gave them water, and they washed their feet. Your feet get very dirty. Everybody wore sandals back then. Then he gave food to their donkeys. They got their gifts ready for Joseph's arrival at noon, for they had heard that they were to have a meal there. And I'm sure they're still freaked out. When Joseph came home, they presented him with the gifts they had brought inside, and they bowed down to the ground before him. He asked them how they were doing. Then he said, "Is your aging father well? The one you spoke about, is he still alive?" "Your servant, our father, is well," they replied. "He is still alive." They bowed down in humility. When Joseph looked up and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, he said, "Is this your youngest brother, whom you told me about?" Then he said, "May God be gracious to you, my son." Joseph turned out, for he was overcome by affection for his brother and was at the point of tears. So he went to his room and wept there. Then he washed his face and came out. With composure, he said, "Set out the food." They set a place for him, a separate place for his brothers, and another for the Egyptians who were eating with him, because the Egyptians are not able to eat with Hebrews, for the Egyptians think it is disgusting to do so. That's what I was saying too. They sat before him, arranged by order of birth, beginning with the firstborn, and then eating with the youngest, and looked at each other in astonishment, because who would be able to do that? I forget what the odds of being able to do that by luck are, but it's something like 1,000,000,000 to 1 to get these 11 men in order, in birth order. He gave them portions of food set before him, but the portion for Benjamin was 5 times greater than the portion for any of the others. They drank with Joseph until they all became drunk. So